joke, one which ends with a bang.
Hey everybody, it's me, Lady Joker, on my quest to end MS. If you want to follow my journey, please like, subscribe. If you want to share anything that's going on in your journey, please do so. Whether it be commenting on here or commenting, on the post that I will, I'll be sharing. So it's been a little bit since I've checked in. So I feel like the monthly videos is what is working for me at this point. So that's what I wanted to cover right now. I will be making another video, and I'll link it in here when I do. That I wanted to cover. The other video is going to be Tech Federa, is what I will be talking about, and my personal reaction to that. I had some crazy side effects, and I'll get into all of that, and I'll try to give you a time lapse of everything, because I have old notes, I had documented everything. So with that being said, this video is about my third Tysabri infusion. And yeah, sorry, I'm at work right now, but I'm about to end into my day here in a moment, so I just figured I have time right now, I might as well make this video and get this worked out. So I had my third Tysabri infusion. As far as any side effects, I'm still having chest pain. I get super tired. I feel like I get a little bit sloshy, and I can't think straight. So working for me 6-8 hours after my infusion is just, it doesn't happen. I'm not able to successfully pull through with that. So I've been having to make sure to schedule my infusions on my day off, so every Tuesday. But this particular one I had on a Monday, and it's I was not good for work. I had to actually call in, and I've never had to do that. I've really tried to prioritize everything. But anyway, so my infusion went well. I was a little bit sketched out because, I think I mentioned to you guys about the social distancing aspect of the infusion place. So the reason I was sketched out is I showed up. It was 7:30 in the morning. Well, my infusion was scheduled for 7:30 in the morning. I showed up at 7 a.m. and I was just, waiting in the parking lot. And I just happened to see this man outside of the building. So basically, the infusion place is connected to the my neurologist's office. The actual neurologist's office opens at 8 a.m. So I wasn't able to go through there and check in and do whatever. So I had to go through this side door, and I saw this man waiting outside of that side door, and it just I was like, I'm gonna wait until he goes away or what, I don't know, unless I'm getting closer and closer to the time. So it finally is about 7:15. I figure, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll make my way to the door. And then I didn't think anything of it, but he was the one who answered the door, and he was like, oh hey, and he didn't have a mask on, and I did, and that's what sketched me out. Is, why don't you have a mask on, sir? That freaks me out. So anyways, he was like, oh hey, I'm I'm the nurse for today, or I'm just starting here, today's my first day. Turns out here in Texas, San Antonio, where I live, he lives out of Florida, so I had to remember. He lives out of Florida, and he traveled down here to help. I don't know why or what happened to my nurse or whatever happened, but he was kind. He got a mask on. He was like, I'm so sorry, I'm just trying to figure everything out. There was nobody there to help him. So he was just tripped out. He was sketched out, and then he kept trying to take my temperature with different ways with different machines, and it was weird because they usually just have the no contact, they just scan your head or whatever. And then he was doing it old school, trying to put the little sticky in my mouth and stuff, and he couldn't get my temperature until an hour after my infusion. Then another nurse had gotten there, and he asked her for help, and she was like, this is the the thermometer you need to use, whatever. So anyways, after he finally got his mask on and they started attending to me, he was like, which arm do you want to receive your infusion in? And I was like, Well, last time we couldn't really find a good vein here in the left arm, so the infusion nurse just went ahead and put it in a vein right here in my wrist, and I bruised up real bad. So it's like, I would like to try to avoid that. Do you think maybe we could try my right arm? And he was just like, yeah, absolutely. So he stuck my right arm, and I guess the needle came out of the vein. So he shot my arm up with saline, and it was painful. Like I immediately, like, it hurt. I reacted. There was a visible bubble under my arm where he's like, oh, it rolled out of the vein. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I felt that real bad. So like he just slapped a band-aid on this one, and then he started poking around on this one. And then, I took a picture of it. It's not really there anymore. It's very, very faint. But I have a picture from it was like 3 days ago. So after he found the vein in here, and I didn't take a picture of the actual, like, when my arm was wrapped up. I was just too tired. But he actually did it here. I found the vein. So anyways, he did the infusion in here, in the middle of my arm, practically. I got this weird, like 3 very prominent hives right next to the injection, or like the infusion site. And that was just like, it tripped me out, because it kind of, I didn't see it until after I took the bandages off, and I thought it was just pressure from having the bandages on. But it never went away. Like, for at least 2 days, I had these marks, that were raised. And then it comes up, like, at the end of that week, I went and I actually saw my mom. I haven't seen her since my birthday. So I actually saw my mom, and I showed her my arm, and I was like, look at this. Like, I have these weird prints. Like, my skin darkened, and I had, and I'll put the picture in here somewhere, probably like over here, and it has the, like, I have where it's actually like pinpointed, where like I have like the little marks, and then like the infusion thing, as you'll see. But basically, other than that, I was okay. I don't know if I mentioned already. I think I did. It just made me extra super sleepy. I wasn't able to, go into work that day. And I don't do that. I usually always have my infusion scheduled on a Tuesday, which is my day off. But anyways, I had to do it on a Monday, and that was like, oh no, I'm never gonna be able to do that again. I can't work after that. Like, my cognitive function, everything's shot. I'm tired. I'm like drained. It's like it just weighs on me like real crazy. Like how fatigued I am. So, and I had mentioned this to my neurologist. So the week prior to that, I'm looking at my calendar. The week prior to that, on the 5th, that was on a Tuesday. The week right before that, so the very first Tuesday of May of this month, I had a doctor's appointment with my neurologist, with her PA, who I've been working with, and she tested me on my cognitive function, like my physical and my like balance, or like I guess my like touch and balance. So the cognitive is like, it was just a piece of paper, and it has a bunch of symbols in a row, and each symbol has a number that matches according to that symbol. So on this sheet, it's a bunch of symbols, and you have to look and match the symbols specifically to the number and write the numbers. And like, she timed me, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to input this information. After I was done, I don't know, maybe it was like a minute and a half or something, that I was like filling out, the numbers, matching the symbols. So that was interesting. I had never done that before. The second test she did is like, she has me stand at one point with her in the hallway, and then I have to walk as fast as I can, like down towards another point in the hallway, like straight, and then like go all the way straight down the other way. She said I, did pretty like well. Like, I was very, sturdy, like as far as like my walking was like very straight, a lot faster than what it had been, when I first started seeing her. And she was like, wow, your legs are, doing a lot better. And I was like, now that I see it, yeah, I can feel it. Like, I'm not really going out and about anywhere too much right now. I just walk around my house, so I don't really feel like I've noticed a super huge difference. Like, I work out of my home, so I'm not having to walk around like a call center like how I was. And then also with the quarantine, I've been at home. I've not really been getting out too much. But anyway, there was, she also, before that, I had to do like the balance tests or whatever. Like, she did all these like push-pull tests. She had me try to walk like in a straight line, so one foot in front of the other foot, and I couldn't do that. I was like falling over the side. So she's like, yeah, that one not so much. And I was like, no, that one, like, it felt weird, and I felt very unbalanced, and I was flopping like real bad. And then if you've ever had to do this before, she does like the touch test to see like the sensitivity. And so she'll get like a cotton swab, and then like it's practically like a piece of like skewer, like, I guess it's like a sharp piece of wood. And she's like soft, hard, and then she's like, okay, tell me if you feel this. And then like the first one that she gave me, like, she did a hard one. I was like she just had me close my eyes, and she's like stabbed me, and I was like, she's like, I'm sorry, sometimes people don't feel it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I felt that one. Like, she got me real good in the forehead. So she had to do that, my face, my hands, my feet, like, I had to differentiate which one felt soft, which one felt the hard stick. And then I think that was all of it that I did with her. Basically, she wants to do a follow-up with me, and like, it's gonna be in 2 months, because so this is my 3rd infusion. My next infusion is gonna be my 4th, so my 6th infusion, so this should be in August. Yeah. So sometime in August, I will be set up to do MRIs, just to kind of, she wants to see where I'm at right now, or where I were. So I'm set up to do my infusions. I'm sorry, one more time. I'm set up to do my MRIs. It's going to be for my, she wants me to have it after my 6th infusion, kind of get a snapshot of where I am at my 6-month mark, so that will be in August. So I kind of want to see where I'm at too. I just dislike so much getting in that capsule and not being able to move and feeling like, a little tense and weird. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Just been staying indoors, just hanging out with my dogs. My brothers come over, we hang out, and that's about as much social activity that I have, physical, person to person. So I mean, that's good. I want to be safe. So I hope you guys are being safe as well. I hope you guys are able to, get everything, that you have everything that you need, and that you're doing well. I know I've read and I've seen where a lot of people that they were not getting their medication that they needed, like their Tecfidera, or basically they were put on a waiting list due to everything that's going on with COVID, and that really sucks. I'm sorry, that's horrible. Like, you need this medication. Like, I had to fight for meds, over and over and over again. And so just to get it approved for these infusions was, big for me. Like, I got denied. And, like, it broke my heart. Like, and I just finished my shift at work, and the camera cut out while I was, like, trying to do the end of the video. But basically, I wanted to say everybody stay safe. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have anything that you would like to talk about, or any topics that you might suggest that you would like for me to try to touch base on, I want to do my next couple of videos. As I mentioned, the Tech Federa is going to be one I'm going to touch on, and then also too, I wanted to do like healthful foods, like good foods, good brain foods, basically. So thank you guys for watching today. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, and then be on the lookout for that Tech Federa video if you're interested in that. So thanks again. Signing out.